Hello everybody, GrimmChorizo here, and this is Ringside Predictions. This is the show where I give my predictions for the upcoming WWE pay-per-view, and this Sunday is Battleground. So here are my predictions. On the pre-show, we've got King Barrett versus R-Truth and a battle for the crown. So whoever wins will be declared the true King of the Ring. Personally, I think that this whole story between Barrett and R-Truth is awful. It's been going way too fucking long. I just feel bad for Barrett. He won King of the Ring, and he hasn't done anything besides, look like a loser. Mainly to R-Truth. Losing to R-Truth every week. I mean, I know he wins sometimes, but it's just this King of the Ring hasn't done anything for him. But I think King Barrett will win and remain king. Because at the last pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, the pre-show was Barrett versus Truth, and Truth got the win. Just think about that. 2 pre-show pay-per-views in a row have been the exact same thing, and I just don't care. But Truth won the last one. I think that they'll keep it on Barrett because it's not like it matters being the king. It doesn't mean anything, but I think they want an excuse for Barrett to wear a crown and a robe and have a scepter. So I think Barrett will win the match. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. I can't say I'm too pumped for this one because we've seen these guys go at it so many times. Whether it was, Orton as a heel and Sheamus as a face, or Sheamus as a heel, Orton as a face, or now, we've seen it a lot. And it's not particularly entertaining. Both are good workers, so the match will probably be fine. But Sheamus is Money in the Bank holder, so you would think he would get the win. I personally think Randy Orton is going to win, though, because Sheamus is the Money in the Bank holder. They usually do this thing where they book the Money in the Bank holder pretty shit. Like, they just don't win a lot, because that way you're like, oh, they won't cash in, or some shit. I don't know. But I think Orton's going to win. I kind of hope this match opens the pay-per-view just to get it out of the way. And it'll probably be a fine match. I'm not saying it won't be a good match. The story just does not draw me in, because there really isn't a story, except they like beating each other up. The WWE Tag Team titles on the line, the Primetime Players defending against the New Day. This should be a fun one. I mean, Primetime Players and New Day, both great teams. PTP won the titles back at Money in the Bank, and I think New Day are going to regain the titles here. New Day are just so over. People love chanting New Day sucks, just booing them. They are incredible, and the Primetime Players deserved the titles, and they got a title run. It's only been a month, and I'm sure they'll get them again, but I say capitalize on this New Day, how hot they are right now. Give them back the titles, because they're so entertaining. They don't have to hold them for super long. I don't think every title reign has to be super long. I know a month isn't very good. And not all title reigns should be a month either. It's just they don't need to be all 8 months or close to a year. They can be 2 or 3 months. You still had the title. It's not about how long you had it. It's what you did in the amount of time. So I think the Primetime Players could easily drop it to the New Day. And you wouldn't forget that the Primetime Players were the champions. They earned having the titles, and they'll probably get them again. But New Day are so big right now. I am going to hope and predict that they regain the titles by cheating. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. This one I'm actually pretty excited for because it's 2 guys who haven't had a feud before outside of their respective factions from last year, the Shield and Wyatts, and it should be a pretty good match. You've got 2 guys who are both, although Roman Reigns did main event WrestleMania this year, they're both newer guys who are on the rise. And they both could use this win, and that's why it's an interesting matchup. It's not completely predictable. You could see Reigns winning because he's the golden boy and they want to protect him, but you could also see Bray winning if this is going to extend the SummerSlam. And personally, I think Bray is going to get the win because I think this needs to extend. I don't think it should be one pay-per-view and done, because that doesn't do anything for Bray. It doesn't really do anything for Reigns either. I say have Bray get the win here, and do a stipulation match at SummerSlam. This could be a great SummerSlam match. So I think that the story's been pretty interesting. Bray has been getting in the head of Reigns, and I believe it. And Reigns has gotten to show, especially this week on Raw, he got to show a different side of him where he's not cutting jokes in the ring, and he's not trying to be like a pretty boy guy. He's just a badass. He just beat the fuck out of Bray. So I think this match should be entertaining, and I think Bray will get the victory. Kevin Owens fighting for the United States Championship against John Cena. So these guys have been tearing the house down these past few months. Elimination Chamber, amazing match. Money in the Bank, amazing match. Neither one was for a championship. Now, Kevin Owens has lost the NXT title and is fighting for the US title. Can't speak, I'm so excited. But, I mean, regardless, the fans win. We win. We know this match is going to be fantastic because they've proven it in their other two matches. So, I think John Cena is going to retain the title, but I don't know if he's necessarily going to win the match. They've really, these past few weeks, have been building Cesaro up, and Cesaro doesn't have a match on the pay-per-view. So I could see, and Rusev, this past week, Kevin Owens did lay out Rusev with a pop-up powerbomb. I could see Rusev getting involved to go, I don't know, attack Cena or Owens, really, but then Cesaro comes out, it ends in some, you know, DQ or something. Cena retains the title, and then we set up a fatal four-way for SummerSlam between these four. That would be amazing. That's just my prediction. I think Cena will walk out the United States champion. I'd like Owens to win, but Owens is fighting for the NXT championship the day before SummerSlam. And they've already taped NXT for the next few weeks. So if Kevin Owens wins the US title, he won't have it on these NXT tapings, which just seems odd to me. But that's just my thought. Maybe that is the whole idea, is to make you think he won't win the title. But either way, I think Cena's going to retain the title. And then our main event, Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I can't see Brock Lesnar losing this match. I think he's walking out the world champ because, I mean, if he loses, there's no way it can be clean. And I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I definitely see that there will be some shenanigans in this. There's been rumors going around that certain people may be showing up, and I won't say just in case you want it to, in case it happens and it don't want it spoiled. But I mean, there's always the possibility of Paul Heyman turning on Brock Lesnar. Why would he do that? There's no build up to it, and there's no reason. So I don't think that's going to happen. There's always Triple H coming out and screwing Rollins. That sounded awful. Screwing Rollins out of the title, which sets up a Seth Rollins Triple H match at SummerSlam, which has been rumored. So that could happen. That would be a way for, Rollins to lose. Or it could just be Lesnar destroying Rollins. Something's going to happen. But I think Lesnar's walking out with the title. I really think so. Either way, this should be a fun match. I love when Brock Lesnar wrestles because it's so different from anything. It's like a completely different type of match. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love it because you have a guy who's a legitimate badass who is booked as a legitimate badass. And then you have Seth Rollins, who's just incredible in the ring. He's proven that he can stand up to Lesnar. So this is a well-built main event. So I'm excited for this pay-per-view. It's too bad Ryback won't be able to defend the Intercontinental title. Not really for me because I wasn't too pumped for that match anyways. But I mean, I might as well talk about it since that match is off the card. That leaves room for maybe they'll just do Big Show versus The Miz in a number one contenders match. Maybe they will do Cesaro versus Rusev in a one-on-one match. Maybe they'll do Stardust versus Neville. There isn't a Divas match on the card. Maybe they'll do something involving that. So I think they'll definitely add a match to the card in some variation of what I've just spoke about. But it should be a good show. Thanks for checking out my predictions. Next month is SummerSlam, so be sure to check out my SummerSlam predictions as well. So, see you guys later, and I hope you enjoy Battleground.